Hey, what's up? So, as we all know, Christmas is coming up very soon. It's in a couple of weeks, and you might notice all of these videos popping up about suggested gear for your photographer, videographer friend, and if you think I'm not gonna jump on that bandwagon, my channel is too small to afford that luxury. So here we are. I have 9 gift ideas for your photographer, videographer friend. Before we get started, like 8 out of 9 of these things are gonna be on Amazon, so you get that really quick shipping and your stuff will actually get here before Christmas. But you can always look a little deeper, and there's like specific things that you can get for them based off of what they have. For example, if they have some sort of gimbal, you can get them a handle for the gimbal, or, well, I don't really have a lot of examples, but if they do have this specific piece of equipment and they've been talking about this certain accessory for that equipment, you might want to consider that also. Whatever. Let me give you my suggestions. So we're going to start off with some lights. This person records videos all the time. They probably take photos. I don't know. But lighting is super important. It is the most important thing ever, and they would really appreciate a nice high quality light. You can never have too many lights, so it really doesn't matter if they have this light or not, they're gonna love another light. So the very first thing on our list is the Aperture MC. This thing is really cool and really bright, but as you may notice, it is RGB. It changes colors. It is right around that $100 mark. It might be a little bit more. This is a fantastic gift for anybody that touches a camera. Number 2 on this little list is the Lume Cube. I don't own a Lume Cube. I have friends that do and they love it. But what a Lume Cube is it's just this really small, super powerful light. It's like an inch by an inch by an inch cube, or an inch cubed, and it's just super powerful. They're really good for going on drones too, so there's that. But a Lume Cube would be fantastic. It's just something that they can throw in their bag, forget about, and just be surprised when they actually need to use it. And they'll be thinking of you when that moment comes. Speaking of bags, the next thing that we're gonna talk about is a camera bag. You see this bag? This was less than $100. This is my bag. I really like it. That bag was like $70. Very affordable. It holds a lot. It's really gigantic. I'll leave that bag in the description with everything else if you want to check it out. But bags are this weird thing that everyone has their own preference, so use your own discretion when choosing a bag. But I like that bag. I think it's very stylish. I chose that bag because it could hold a lot of gear, and because it kind of doesn't really look like a camera bag, I wanted something fashionable. The next thing that we're going to talk about is a microphone. So next on our list is the Deity D3. What I'm speaking into right now is the Deity D3 Pro, and this one is more expensive than the one I'm recommending, but they should sound the same. But the Deity D3 is a really good mic. It doesn't require any batteries or anything. It's just plug and play, and it's gonna sound fantastic, and it's right around $100. So if you like how I have been sounding this entire time, get you a Deity D3 for that special someone, because audio is the second most important thing aside from lighting. So if you take anything away from this video, lighting first and then audio. But you can never have enough lights, so really consider getting them the MC. Okay. Next up on the list is a switch pod. So what is a switch pod? A switch pod is kind of like a tripod. It was made from this YouTuber after vlogging really took off. So it's this really heavy duty metal tripod that's angled, and it's built for vlogging. I don't know, maybe your friend vlogs, maybe they don't, but this is one of the best options for mini tripods. It's not adjustable though. It is really geared towards vlogging. So if they vlog and they don't have this, I would highly suggest that you get this for them, because it's going to change their entire life. It's the best thing for vlogging, just trust me. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is an SSD. So the one that I would recommend is, what do you call it? The SanDisk something. So the SSD that I would recommend is the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD, or something like that. It's on sale right now, just saying. It's like $20 off, just saying. But that is a really good SSD. You can get 250 gigs for $72. Not a bad deal, not a bad deal at all. You save room for stocking stuffers. which we'll get to in just a second. But I would highly recommend the SanDisk SSD, but the Samsung T5 is another super popular SSD out there. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's also on sale right now at about $90 aside from $130. The cable gets a little loose, so that's why it's not my top pick, but it is very popular and it comes in a lot of colors. So check that out with the links in the description. And moving on, I found it. The next thing on the list is an SD card reader. Why is this on a list of things under $100? Well, it is under $100, but it's not as cheap as you think because there's a lot of SD card readers out there, but not all SD card readers are made equal. This one SD card that I'm gonna recommend is the Pro Grade Digital. Now, this SD card reader is the best one on the market. It is pretty pricey, especially for an SD card reader, but it is the fastest one. Now, if you really want to help out your photographer, videographer friend, think about it. When I go filming, I have sometimes 100 gigabytes of footage that I have to put onto my computer. Now, an SD card reader, the fastest one on the market, is gonna make my life so much better because then I don't have to sit and wait for an hour for my footage to import. It might take half an hour instead. And if it takes half an hour, then you are doubling their productivity. And don't you want to be the reason why they're happier? All right. But in all seriousness, a really fast SSD card reader is going to change their entire life. So I would highly consider a really fast SD card reader. If I got that for Christmas, I would not complain. I would not complain. I know I said I was going to do 9, but here is a bonus gift. The Logitech MX Master mouse. This is the best mouse on the market. It's not the most expensive, but it is renowned. Everybody uses this mouse, and for good reason. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. It's really cool. You can switch between different systems. You can have like 3 different like signals going off of it, and it is the best mouse that you can probably get. And it's not too expensive. You'll have a little bit of budget left over. So I would highly consider getting them this mouse. If you want to spend a little bit extra money, you can even get them this mouse and that SD card reader for not too much more than $100, and you will skyrocket their productivity. They will love you because they'll be doing everything so fluent and so fast, and they're gonna get their work done super quickly, and they are gonna come back and thank you for it. Next up on the list is a phone gimbal. You might be thinking, why would they possibly want a phone gimbal? You're not wrong. More than likely, they are filming with a camera or something of the sort, but you never know. It's good to have, to be quite honest. It's good to have. It might be a little interesting if they're not used to using their phone, but there may come a situation where they don't have their normal equipment, but they have this nice small little phone gimbal that was just in their bag, and they might need some stable footage. Or maybe they just want to play around with stable footage or something. I don't know, using your phone to film, because first off, phones are very powerful. Pretty much every phone in everybody's pocket is filming in 4K, and being able to access that at any time, just that convenience factor alone, you might want to consider getting them a phone gimbal. There are 2 that I would recommend. The cheaper of the 2 options is the Moza Mini S. It just got released, so they might appreciate having some new tech. But the other one is just slightly outside of our $100 budget, and that is the DJI Osmo Mobile 3. Both of these phone gimbals are really competitive as far as being the best on the market, and I would highly suggest thinking about it. At least just think about it. The final item that I would recommend you looking into is something off of Replica Surfaces. So it's not available on Amazon. Hopefully it will come in before Christmas. If not, you might have to get them a late Christmas present, but especially if someone is into food photography, or if they do a whole bunch of product videoing, small stuff, I don't know, look into the website. It's linked down below. Basically, it's these really high quality backdrops, and just look into it. I'm not doing a very good job at describing it, but if they do anything on the tabletop at all, they might appreciate this. Welcome to the end of the video. I have some bonus stocking stuffers for you. So if you wanna just get something small, these things are small. You might wanna get them a little magic arm. I suggest like an 11-inch one. I'll put a specific one down below that I like using. It's very strong. Something small, something to fit in the stocking stuffer. You never know when it might come in handy. You know, us video people, we have to hold things all the time. Sometimes we don't wanna hold them. So have something else hold them for you. And my second stocking stuffer is batteries. You will have to know what camera they are using, but they're gonna love you if you get them some extra batteries. We can never have enough batteries. There's 1,000 different options out there for each camera system. There's just so many batteries out there. I use a Sony a6400. This works with the Sony A line, not including the big full frame ones though. So if they have a small Sony mirrorless camera, I'll put some batteries down below that you can look at. You have to know what kind of camera they have and get them some batteries. But that is all that I have for you. Next week, I'm gonna go over items that are like around that $50 range if you're interested, and you should still be able to get those in time for Christmas. So come back next week for another list of really good items to get your photographer, videographer friend. And that is all that I have for you today. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, because I know that you're probably not subscribed. So you might as well go ahead and subscribe and come back next week for that other gear list of things that you should probably get, or at least look into. Or get it for yourself. Who cares? You are the voyager in your own journey. Yeah, right. Okay? Okay.